When you think of the Chicago Bears, what springs to mind? The glory days of '85? The legendary players who left their blood, sweat, and tears on the field? Or maybe it's the sting of heartbreak that seems to echo through the ages. As we find ourselves once again teetering on the brink of a seismic moment in this franchise's history, it's time for a reality check. The stakes couldn't be higher. This isn't just about winning games. It's about reestablishing our pride in the NFC North and showing the world that the monsters of the Midway are roaring once again. Bears Nation is alive with fervent hope, anticipation, and yes, a fair amount of anxiety. Can we finally break free from the cycle of chaos and missed opportunities? Every ambitious trade, every roster adjustment weighs heavily on our collective hopes for the playoffs and, dare we dream, the Lombardi Trophy. With each passing season, we've seen legendary players don our colors, only for the winds of change to sweep away our expectations, leaving us with nothing but what-ifs. The legendary rivalries in our division have played out like twisted tales of fate, where foes like Aaron Rodgers and Adrian Peterson have turned our playoff dreams into nightmares. Will we sit idly by as yet another season slips away? Or will the Bears make the kind of move that could propel them from yearning to celebration? In just a moment, we're going to dive deep into a rumor sparking serious debates among fans. But before we get there, let's take a moment to reflect. Remember those magical evenings at Soldier Field? The adrenaline pumping through your veins as you cheer for every first down, every touchdown, every heart-stopping moment. It's that connection to our beloved Bears that makes the potential for greatness so tantalizing, yet so elusive. This is Bears News Fan Report, your trusted go-to source for everything Chicago Bears. If you're passionate about following every thrilling twist and turn in this roller coaster journey of a season, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and join a community that lives and breathes Bears football. Now let's talk about the buzz-making waves, not just around Halas Hall, but throughout the entire league. The Bears have their eyes on New Orleans Saints superstar running back, Alvin Kamara. Yes, you heard that right. The five-time Pro Bowler, known for his electrifying plays both as a runner and receiver, is stirring excitement as rumors suggest Chicago might trade for him amidst the Saints' contemplation of a rebuild. Could this be the game-changer we've all been waiting for, or just another pipe dream that ends up in heartbreak? Why does this rumor have so much momentum? The Saints, with new head coach Kellen Moore, seem poised to change their direction. As they look to the future and stockpile picks, Kamara's value on the trade market only intensifies. After a season plagued by injuries, he's ready to bounce back, and while the Saints ponder their next steps, could Chicago sweep in and snag him right from under their noses? This deal could serve as a beacon of hope for Bears fans disenchanted by past struggles. Let's consider the implications of Kamara joining a dynamic Bears offense that already features talents like DJ Moore and DeAndre Swift. Imagine the pressure he could relieve off Caleb Williams, our budding quarterback, as he transitions into his sophomore year. Kamara's versatility could enhance our run game dramatically. Our backfield has faced depth issues, which would be rectified with Kamara's dual threat capability. And what about fantasy football implications? For those who follow the numbers, having a player of Kamara's caliber could elevate his status to a high-end RB2, making him a hot commodity in fantasy leagues across the nation. Now, think about the ripple effect this could have within the Bears locker room. The energy would shift. This isn't just about adding a player. It's about reigniting a winning culture that we desperately seek. The question on everyone's minds is, what happens if this deal goes through? Could it elevate the Bears into serious contention in the NFC North? The level of competitive spirit in this division is unlike any other. Just think about the ramifications. Having Kamara could swing the battle lines against rivals like the Minnesota Vikings and Detroit Lions. Would the Bears finally take the plunge and embrace a future that's filled with promise? But before we get too carried away, we need to consider the other side of the coin. What if this deal goes wrong? With every transaction, the potential for disruption looms large, as new additions sometimes don't mesh well with existing chemistry. This could put pressure on our coaching staff and create internal strife as veterans vie for their rightful place in a shakeup. As we sit here digesting these thoughts, there's an undeniable tension in the air. You can almost feel the anticipation surging through Bears Nation. What will GM Ryan Poles decide as the November 4th trade deadline approaches? Will he go all in on Kamara, or will the allure of this star playmaker remain just out of reach, leaving us to wonder yet again what might have been? As the clock continues to tick down, ask yourself, are you ready to witness the moment that could turn the tides for the Bears? Will we seize this chance to not just keep pace in the NFC North, but potentially dominate it? Stay with us as we follow every rumor, every whisper from Halas Hall. We're only getting started. The stakes couldn't be higher, and the fate of our franchise might just rest on a single decision. This could be our moment, Bears Nation. Don't let it slip away. Bears fans, I'm furious, and you should be too. The icy lakefront wind bites harder tonight because rumors are spreading that Alvin Kamara could soon don the blue and orange. If you bleed Chicago blue, subscribe now. We ride this storm together. It's electric in the air as tensions rise, and the stakes have never been higher. What happens if the Bears land Kamara? Could his arrival carve fractures within the locker room as players grapple for recognition? Or might it spark a frenzy of jealousy from rivals in the NFC North, currently licking their chops and strategizing to exploit any weaknesses? GM Ryan. Poles must feel the intensity of every eye on Halas Hall, the clock ticking down to November 4th. Whispered conversations behind closed doors suggest other teams might be circling like vultures, each scouting for their own playmaker with their sights set on Kamara. What if the Packers make a strong counter-offer, swooping in at the last moment, forcing Poles to make a snap judgment on whether to double down on this tantalizing opportunity? Imagine the agony of watching a beloved superstar suit up for Green Bay, knowing it could have been ours. The winds of fate could blow either way, and with every passing day, fans are left in a limbo of anticipation and apprehension. But there's more at stake here than just Kamara's talent. There's an entire legacy we need to rethink. When we think of the Bears, the championship memories of '85 echo in our minds as we picture Kamara running wild alongside DJ Moore, grounded in a history of unparalleled glory and heartbreaking loss. Can we truly keep pace with the likes of the Vikings and Lions, who are frantically bolstering their own rosters? The choices being made right now could be pivotal, echoing through the annals of Bears history, and it's hard not to feel the weight of that potential déjà vu as we inch closer to another do-or-die moment that could lift us towards glory or plunge us back into despair. Everything's on the line. What if this trade becomes a beacon of hope or a grave miscalculation? Given the current playoff projections, adding Kamara could create an avalanche effect, spurring us forward while leaving our rivals in the dust. There is an undeniable gravity in the air, and it's almost palpable. What if Kamara becomes the very piece that helps define Caleb Williams' career? How might our blossoming sophomore signal caller absorb the impact of such a transformative addition? An offense brimming with possibilities, each game a new chance to etch a heroic narrative, rivaling the legends like Butkus, Urlacher, and Hester into the swirling fabric of Chicago lore. Just imagine Soldier Field roaring with every electrifying play, the smell of tailgate smoke spiraling upwards as fans bask in newfound hope, fueled by Kamara's dual threat. Yet there lingers that omnipresent fear. What if the trade does fall apart? What if Kamara joins the sea of missed opportunities that have haunted us in seasons past? Moments defining whether we celebrate a Super Bowl run or languish in disappointment, reminding us painfully of the echoes left by heartbreaks in '06, '10, and '18. Both fans and management hold their collective breath, as every rumor makes, waves setting off seismic reactions throughout the franchise. Imagine GM Ryan Poles strategizing his next chess move, layers upon layers of possible trades swirling in his mind as he weighs Kamara against future draft picks and the unknown variables that could either shore us up or send us spiraling. Pressure is immense, and the scenario's challenging. Will this trade transcend fandom or backfire with devastating consequences? The fate of our franchise hinges on the decisions made in these frenetic final days leading to the deadline. Will a potential Kamara signing restore our pride as the monsters of the Midway? Or will it serve to remind us of every opportunity that slipped through our fingers? The anticipation is thick, and as the deadline nears, I ask you, Chicago, would you pull the trigger on this one, knowing it could determine the very fate of our franchise for years to come? This is it, Bears Nation. We're standing at a significant fork in our history. Any wrong turn could spiral us into the depths of mediocrity. Are we ready to seize this opportunity and redefine our destiny? Listen, if I'm being honest for a moment here, this isn't just another rumor to me. It feels like every fiber of my Bear soul is pulsing with urgency. This is the opportunity we've waited for, or another chance to look back and wonder, what if? The weight of the past, hushed by the roar of hope in the present, that's the essence of being a Bears fan. We can't let it slip away.